So many people think it can't be done. Our calves are genetic, and there's nothing we can do about it. Today we're going to talk a little bit about genetics, but the main reason your calves aren't growing is either 1, you aren't training them, or 2, you're not using the 2 main ways we need to train them in order to get complete development. The 2 main muscles we want to work when building our calves is the gastrocnemius, which has 2 heads. The medial is on the inside of our calf, and the lateral head is on the outside. The soleus is the second muscle, and it's a large muscle that's underneath the gastrocnemius. When we do a calf raise with our knees straight, like when we do a standing calf raise, we mainly emphasize the gastrocnemius muscle. Now in most people, this muscle has a fairly even split between fast and slow twitch fibers, meaning it'll benefit from both higher rep training and some low heavy work. If you haven't been training your calves, a good place to start is on a step. I would use body weight at first, focusing on a full range of motion. You want to go slow and really feel the stretch in the bottom position. Sometimes it takes a few reps before you can get that full stretch. Then go up into the top position and get right up on your toes so that the balls of your feet are above the step. Since we're on the bottom step, we might as well start working our way up. The staircase in my house has 15 steps, and I do 5 reps on each leg, alternating from one leg to the other. Once I've completed 5 on each side, I move up to the next step and repeat until I reach the top of the stair for a total of 75 reps per side. This can be repeated every other day, allowing for a recovery day in between. When you start adding weight, make sure you're still doing a full range of motion at a slower pace, because you can move some pretty impressive weight through a part range, but you'll be denying yourself of complete development. If for some reason you have absolutely no steps in your house, you can do a leaning single leg calf raise. These are better than standing straight while doing a calf raise, as the lean provides a much better stretch, making the movement more effective, and the leaning position makes me think of the drive phase of a sprint. And anytime you can work a muscle in the position it's going to be used is always a plus. Before we go into some great exercises for the soleus, I want to talk about an old school exercise for the calves that we've seen a lot of pictures of Arnold doing with 1, 2, and sometimes even 3 people on his back, and that is the donkey calf raise. I wouldn't recommend having people sit on your back to start, but what makes this exercise so good is when you bend forward with your waist at a 90 to your legs while keeping your legs perpendicular to the floor, it creates an even greater stretch in the calves than a standing calf raise. Straight leg calf raises are a must for working the gastrocnemius muscle, but are not the best way to work the soleus. This muscle responds better to bent knee exercises, like seated calf raises. So we need to have both a straight leg version and a bent knee variation in order to have complete calf development. Now we're just going to take a second here to talk about genetics, because the soleus muscle responds much better to high rep training, with around 89% of the muscle fibers typically being slow twitch, which don't grow as well as fast twitch fibers, but they still grow. Now some people are blessed by the gods of great calves with higher ratios of fast twitch fiber than others who are just born with long thin calves and more slow twitch fibers, limiting how much growth you can achieve, but they still will grow. Another bent knee variation you can do for your soleus is the half kneeling calf raise. The thing you really need to watch with this exercise is keeping your foot back underneath you. You don't want your shin to be at 90 degrees to the floor. Again, you're looking for that stretch in your calf. When it comes to building muscle on our legs, who wouldn't want more muscular quads? Watch this video next to find out how you can build your quads at home so we can keep working out while having fun. This is Lawrence from Fit and 50. We'll talk to you again in the next one.